Yeah.
Good everyone, my name is Graphics. Today we want to construct an epicycloid, right? And the question goes like this: it says construct or draw an epicycloid given the radii of rolling and directing cycle as small arrow is equals to 20 millimeter and the bigger arrow is equals to 80 millimeter respectively. So we have to draw an epicycloid. So the epicycloid is a circle that is rolling on a curved path, right? So the curved path that is rolling on is called the base circle, or it's called the what? The directing circle. While the circle rolling on it is called the what? The rolling circle. So what you do first of all, we are told that the smaller radius is 20 and the bigger radius is what? Is 80. So the formula here is given that the angle in between the beginning of the circle, that is the starting point, and the ending point, which we call the displacement of the circle, is given as theta, which is given as what? The smaller radius over what? The bigger radius multiplied by what? 360. Now from there, we can say that our theta now will now be equals to the smaller radius is given as 20 and the bigger is given as what? 80, right? Multiplied by what? 360. Now when you divide both of them, you do what you have to do, your theta will be given as what? 90 degrees. So displacement there is given as what? 90 degree. So the first thing we need to draw is to draw out the what? The angle 90. So there are many ways at which you can do that, right? You can make it to start perpendicularly, or you can make it to be inclined. Is that taken? So what we'll do is, if I should draw my horizontal line this way, you can see that. Now, I know very well that if I pick a point here, let me call it my point O, I will take my 45 degrees set square and I'll place it on my t-square this way. So if I draw line 45 from here, and I also draw another line 45 from the other side also. So it means that this point here, this line here is 0 degree. So if you remove angle on a straight line is 180. So if you remove 45 from the left, 45 from the right, means you remove what? 90, right? So 90 minus 180 is 90. So the angle between these 2 points here is given to be what? Angle 90 degrees. So the angle between here to here is given as what? Angle what? 90 degree. So we're having our angle what? 90 degree. Is that taken? You can even confirm that if you want to. If I should take my protractor, right? If I place it this way, if you watch closely, I'm allowing my 90 to be at this point here. You can see that it is forming what? 90 from here to this point, and here also is what? Is 90, right? So you can make it be like this, or you can make it stand perpendicular, any one of your choice. Now we've done the first one, we've gotten our angle theta here, right? So the displacement between here to here is 90. Now let's see how it goes. So the next thing we'll do, we're told that the first thing you need to draw is the directing circle, which we'll call the base circle. That is the one with the bigger radius, right? And it's given to be what? 80. It's given to be 80. So I am going to measure 80 on my meter rule, starting from 1. So if I start from 1, that means my 1 is 0, right? So and if I stop at 9, so this is 0 from 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So I'll stop at 9. That will complete what? The 80. So from here to here is given as what? 80. So I'm going to place it on this point here, point O, and I will draw a faint line this way to touch from the beginning of the line to the ending of the line here, right? Now the next thing is we're given the rolling circle. The rolling circle is on this directing circle, and the radius of the rolling circle is given to be what? 20, right? So I'm going to measure 20 on my meter rule. If I start from 1, my 1 is 0, the 10, 2 making 10, 3 making what? 20, right? So this is 20. Now I'll place it at this point here. I'm going to mark the radius 20 here. And from the center where I mark, where it intersects this line here, I'm going to draw a circle this way. You can see that? So the circle I'm drawing should be a thick line, because that is my circle that's what? Rolling. So the base circle and this rolling circle here, they are all what? Both are thick line. This is what we have. So we know that the distance from here to here is 80, right? And distance from here to here is what? Is 20. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this circle into 12 equal parts if I want to, right? Or you can divide it into 8 equal parts, any of your choice. If I divide into 8 equal parts, it will be more easier for me because of the division, right? If I'm dividing it, so if I divide it into 8 equal parts, so if I divide the 8 by 90, or let's just divide into 12, and let's see how it goes. So I'm going to move it this way. I'm going to take my 60-degree set square and I'm going to start dividing. So the first one, I'm standing it on my t-square this way, as you can see, right? I'm standing it this way. So if you see, it is not giving me actually what I want, right? So it is better we divide it into 8 equal parts since our angle is 90. So we can divide it into what? 8 equal parts. So let's do that and see. So if I put it this way now, this is easier for me. You can see that. So I'll move this, then I'll cut this way. Then if I stand it, I will have this way, right? And I'll move this through this way. This is what we have here, right? So this will be 0, because we are going in a clockwise manner this way. We're moving in this direction. We're moving in this direction. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then back to 8. Now the next thing you now do, you will now bisect this and ensure that you divide from here to here into 8 equal parts, depending on how you can divide it. Now with the principle of bisection, if I place my compass from here to here, right, I am going to draw an arc this way. You can see the arc. So where the arc cuts these two lines, I'll place it here, right? I'll strike an arc. I'll place it here also. I'll strike another arc. That is, I'll now take my compass. Before I draw it through, I'll take my compass, place it here. Then I'm going to draw a line this way. So my line will not pass this top line here. So I'm going to draw from here, passing through the center here. Here's the first one. You can see that. Then in between these two, here and here, I am going to bisect again. In between here and here with any radius of your choice. Just ensure that when you use one radius to bisect here, it must be the same radius you must place here to bisect here. So I'm going to move this from here to this point. You can see that. Now the next one is I'll bisect here too. From here, I'll strike an arc. From here, I'll strike another arc. So where they meet, they're meeting at this point. I'll strike again to go through here. You can see that. Now the next thing is I've gotten how many now? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So remain 4 more. So if I place it here, I'll strike another arc from this in between these two angles here. I'll place it here, I'll strike. I'll place it here, I'll strike again. So this is where they meet for it to go through those points. You can see that. I'll come to this one also. I'll cut it up here, place it here. If you notice it, I'm using the same radiuses throughout. So place it here, then passing through the center, this center here. Then I'm having this. You can see that? Then I'll come here also. I'll do the same thing. Place it here. I'll bisect here. Place it here. I'll bisect here. So where they meet, I'll be having this. You can see that? Then the last but not the least, I'll place it here. I'll bisect here. I'll place it here. I'll bisect here. So this is where they meet. Now what do you notice? Let's start. This is 0. Let's take from the center here first of all. From this point to the center here. You can see that? I'll draw an arc this way that will touch this last point. So let's see. This will be C0, center 0. Here will give me center 1. Here will be center 2. Here will be center 3. Here will be center 4. Here will be center 5. Here will be center 6. Here will be center 7. And here will be center 8. You can see that? So that is the 8 part here. Now, there are many ways you can do this, but this is one of the most efficient ways to do that. Because for you to be dividing your 90 by 8 and you're having 11.25, it will be strenuous for you. So depending on how you want to do that. Now the next thing is, from this point here, each of those points, this is for 0, the next one is for what? It's for 1, right? So I'll move 1 this way to touch here. The next one is for what? It's for 2. So I'll move 2 to touch here. The next one is for what? It's for 3. So I'll move 3 to touch here. Then 4 is already there, right? That is one of the next stage here. So we'll start. So we should draw an epicycloid. Now, the way I drew the 0 from here to here with the radius of 20, right? That same radius, I'll place it at center 1 and I'll repeat the same thing. So if I do that, I'll be having this way. You can see that? So this is my first circle. So where this is line 1, where line 1 is touching circle 1 is at this point. So that will be my point 1, right? This is point 1 here. Now if you notice it, this is line point 1 and this is what? Point 7 also. You can see that? This is 1 and 7 on the same point. So I can go to center 7 too. I'm doing this simultaneously. I'll come to center 7 also with the same radius. I will draw this way. Let me gauge that very well. So center 7, this is the center here. So I'll come to the center 7 and I'll do the same thing. You can see that? Now in doing that, if this is on the right hand side, if it's on the left hand side, this will be what? On the right hand side. So if you look at this line where 1 meets 1, also 7 will meet what? Will meet 7 here. Is that taken? This is the circle for this. at the from this side where circle 1 meet line 1 and where circle 7 meet line 7. Why I'm calling line 7 and line 1? Because I'll call it 1 comma what? 1 comma 7, because this line is for both 7 and 1. So as you are marking from the beginning at the right hand side until you get to the center, because this is 0, the center here is this is 0 1 2 3, right? This is 0 1, this is 0 1 2 3, so the center is 4. So from 4 you start marking at the right hand side. So what I'm just trying to make you understand here is this: if you are marking at the right hand side here 1, you're marking the left hand side from the side until they will meet at they converge at the center. So I'll go to 2, center 2 with the same radius of what? 20, right? Same radius of 20. I'll draw my circle. So where circle 2 meets line 2, this is line 2 here, and this is what? Circle 2 here. This circle 2 here. You can see that circle 2. So this line of circle is 2. So this is like saying 2 comma 6. So 2 and 6 are the owner of this line. So if I'll now come to 6 also, center 6, and I'll do the same thing. Now do the same thing. Now this is 6, so circle 6 is touching, if you trace it at this point here, right? Now go again, go to 3. I'll do the same thing at center 3. Repeat the same height. The radius of 20. Now where circle 3 touches, this is line 3 here. So where the circle touches this is this. You can see circle is touching it at this point here, 3. I'm knowing fully well that 3 and 5 are on the same point. So this is for 3 comma what? Comma 5. So I will come to 5 also. I will do the same thing. Come to the same thing. Now this will be circle 5, right? We'll be touching line 5 here. You can see that. Then I'll now go to 4. 4 is the middle there. So this is 4 here, center 4. Then I'll just row. So if you notice it, this is 4, where 4 touches circle 4 touches line 4 is here. Even if you are coming from the left or from the right, they all meet here. So with that, you will now join your line, join the locus of those points together. So this is what you'll be having. So use my French curve to join those points. So now one last one we've not done is 8 before that. So let's come to center 8. This is center 8 here. So I place it this way. So I'm going to draw my center 8 from here. You can see that. Now where circle 8 touch, knowing fully well that 0 comma 8 are on the same point. So this is 0 here, because if you count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, then 8. So 8 and 0 are the same point. So if you trace it, where 0 line meets circle 8, or where the 8 line meets circle 8, this is what we're having. So we have closed it up. So I will now use my French curve and I'll start drawing. So if I place my French curve here this way, let me start from here. I'll be joining 3 points each. From this point, I'm having this. I'm gonna do this way. You see that? Then this will come from here. Then this come from here. Then this will come from here. Then you will come from here. Then the next one is going to come from here. And finally, I'll be having this. Which is this. Which is this. So if I'm doing that, I'll be having this. So this is what we call an epicycloid, right? So this is the locus of the point at which it will form when it's rolling on that circle. So if you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.